Hello. About 3 weeks have passed since the premiere of one of this year's most important horror films in the cinemas worldwide, and the fans of the genre have certainly heard a lot about it by now. The Nun II is a sequel to the 2018 film The Nun. It's currently making its mark on the silver screen, attracting many viewers to the cinema. Its impressive box office sales of over $200 million in these 3 weeks indicate the appeal of this thrilling horror movie to its audience. In this video, we will discuss and review The Nun II before its official release to see if it's truly worth the wait. Will we genuinely feel satisfied and relish the essence of a foundational horror film after watching it, or not?
The Nun, Chapter 2.
Welcome! You are watching a video from the Movie Review channel. Before we proceed, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to quickly familiarize yourself with the newest and most enticing cinematic works from around the world. The Nun is a popular spin-off from the second installment of the beloved Conjuring film series, and now its sequel continues the story of the first movie. The Nun II narrates events that take place 4 years after the incidents of the Saint Carta monastery in Romania, as seen in the first part. In 1956, in Tarascon, France, a priest suddenly levitates and spontaneously combusts before the eyes of his young assistants, Jacques. Now, another great evil from the terrifying Valak. The dreaded demon of this franchise is spreading, and only Sister Iron, once again, can assist in eradication and rescue the victims. This film is directed by Michael Chaves, an American screenwriter, director, and editor, who, apart from The Nun II, has directed 2 other notable and enduring full-length movies: The Curse of La Llorona, another film from the Conjuring franchise, and The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, the 3rd installment of the series. James Wan, the Australian maestro of horror cinema, along with Gary Dauberman, the creator of characters in this film series, have collaborated once again. Based on these characters, the screenplay for this installment is written by Ian Goldberg, Richard Nang, and Akela Cooper. Both James Wan and Peter Safran are the producers of The Nun II. James Wan is a Chinese millennials screenwriter, director, and producer who grew up in Australia and now works in Hollywood. He is the creator of iconic, memorable, and very popular franchise, the first of which dates back to 2004, where he wrote and directed Saw. Nowadays, alongside his relatively high-grossing movie The Nun II, we witnessed the release of another work from him on September 28th, Saw 10, where Wan is the executive producer. Series like Insidious or Conjuring, Annabelle, Aquaman, and movies such as Dream House, Malignant, The Curse of La Llorona, Megan, and Jigsaw showcase the brilliance of Jay Wan's resume. Taissa Farmiga, the younger sister of Versa Farmiga, who played the role of Lorraine Warren in the Conjuring series, portrays the character Sister Iron in The Nun. Her performance is clean, precise, and artistic. Taissa was encouraged by her sister to enter the profession and made her debut in one of Vera's films, Higher Ground, in 2018. In Iran, Taissa is mostly known for her role as Erin in the Nun series, but she gained fame with the TV series American Horror Story, particularly the Murder House and Coven seasons. Bonnie Arendt returns to The Nun II in her role as the demon nun Valak. American actress Arendt, who began acting in 1994, plays the terrifying Valak in films like The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, and The Nun 1 and 2. Bonnie Arendt also has the critically acclaimed film Mulholland Drive on her resume. Besides Arendt and Farmiga, we again see Jonas Bluket playing the role of Maurice Theriault, or Frenchie. Belgian actor Bluket has portrayed Joseph II in the TV series Marie Antoinette and played Lucien in the popular series 1899. Newcomers to this horror film include Storm Reid, an actor from the series The Last of Us, and Anna Popplewell, known for the Chronicle of Narnia films. Now, coming to the review of the film, if we look at the actors' performances, I believe a score of 8 out of 10 would be appropriate. The lead actor performed the role very well, and throughout the movie, it seems as if the actor is properly following the director's instructions. In some scenes, Jonas Bluekett's performance is very natural and praiseworthy. However, the two missing points are attributed to a few sequences with relatively amateurish and less professional performances seen mostly in the supporting actors. They could have been better. Regarding the direction, perhaps one shouldn't criticize the director too much, and a score of 7 out of 10 might be appropriate for this aspect. The director managed to evoke a scene of fear by timely portraying certain scenes in a Gothic setting with a classic architecture. However, don't expect to be deeply immersed in a precise and captivating horror atmosphere around the core theme. The film's primary flaw relates to its scriptwriting and screenplay. You essentially don't encounter any fresh ideas in the horror genre. I don't want to disappoint you, but the director is set to depict the NUN II screenplay with a repetitive idea, something akin to cliches found in most horror movies, and without any fresh creativity. It won't distinguish this film from the rest of the Conjuring series. Maybe you've noticed that we can designate The Conjuring 1 as the scariest title of this franchise, and The Conjuring 3 as having the freshest and most unique screenplay. So don't expect anything special or highly terrifying from the NUN II. However, we can assure you that this installment, both in terms of tension and story, is slightly better than the first film of this series, a 2018 production, and can be considered a good progression of this series. Yet, it doesn't mean the movie's idea isn't cliched. We do encounter numerous jump scares amidst the horror sequences, meaning the writer and director successfully generated momentary fears in this film and instilled short-term excitement and anxiety in the audience. However, most events in the film are predictable, and we shouldn't expect to be frequently surprised. The battle of good versus evil, embodied by the spirit of a pure human and a malevolent demonic entity seeking to gain more power by sacrificing many, is now attempting to implement its plans through a beloved character in the film. In the end, who do you think wins, good or evil? Based on this prediction, you can guess the film's ending. Of course, amidst the final sequences, we face 2 or 3 relatively good twists that will have you glued to the screen for a few minutes. I certainly won't spoil it, so you can enjoy it yourself. If this film's screenplay were to be rated, a score of 3 could be generously considered. We're not dealing with a low-quality movie, but it's also not a unique or highly creative one. The cinematography matches the theme and context, but don't expect anything extraordinary. One of the attractions of the NUN II is its natural and professional special effects and excellent makeup. The scenes that require special effects were depicted in a very satisfactory manner, and they don't really give off a sense of being artificial or fabricated. The film's soundtrack also assists well in moments where it's needed to intensify the feeling of fear for the viewer. One thing to note is the movie's dark atmosphere, something that we saw in the first installment of this series as well. It's something often seen in horror movies, but isn't the main element. Many horror films might show events happening during the day, but they convey a deeper, more lasting fear to the audience, but the lighting in this film is definitely not weak. However, for a bit from fear, this movie might disappoint you. However, if you're interested in momentary scares that are not very lasting but just raise your adrenaline a bit, the NUN II won't greatly disappoint you. With its mystery element, it can keep you content. Don't forget, this movie can be more intriguing and scarier than its predecessor, The Nun from 2018, but it doesn't surprise you with a very new or creative idea. Overall, it can be summed up as a standard horror movie, not too weak, nor unique and exceptional. And the final score the film can get for all the reasons discussed is 5 out of 10. The official release date of the film is October 3, 2023, which is 11 May 1401 in the Persian calendar. From then on, you can watch the NUN II in the best quality. Make sure to share your opinions with us after watching it, and let us know how much you like the movie and how much you agree with us.